Hi guys, I'm Krystal,
Hi, I'm Nancy.
and welcome to Sincerely Bestie. This is our very first episode, so we're really excited to have you guys here with us. So Nancy, tell me about your week. What'd you do this week?
Oh, so busy. I had my sister's traditional wedding engagement, and then I did a wedding venue tour.
How was that?
It was really nice.
Yeah,
It was really nice.
but it was just too
It
small.
was too small. It was cute because they had like the banquet room, and then they had like the ceremony area, which was outside,
Yeah.
and then they had the barn, so you could choose where you want to do the wedding. But it was so nice.
Was it expensive?
Probably.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Dang.
like, they had like where it was like in-house
Oh.
vendors. So like you can do your cake with them, you can do your catering with them, your florals.
That's not bad.
And like they provide all the table stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so nice, but it was too small for them. Dang. What did you do this weekend?
Went house hunting, sadly again, and with no luck.
Oh.
Yeah, we toured I think for the 5 houses. But we didn't like any of them. There was this first house, but it was just it was old.
Oh.
But it was really clean. Like they kept it well maintained. So that's why we almost were like, oh, maybe we should. But it was like a 3-bedroom, and the 3rd bedroom was a little too small for us.
Okay.
So we're just like, nah. So Cheng and I were like, God, what are we gonna do? So I think we're changing our location.
Girl, I've been telling you.
So that's what I was doing outside your house.
Oh, I can't tell you.
I was sending the links to my realtor.
Oh,
so I
okay.
think we have a couple houses in Roy.
Okay.
And then we have some in South Ogden too.
that's
So yeah, no more Ogden because Ogden's just
Did you
not.
check Riverdale?
We checked Riverdale, but they don't have a lot, or they have just like a lot of like townhomes.
Oh yeah, that's not what you guys are looking for.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't think that's bad then.
yeah. So we're probably gonna go tomorrow. So I'll probably go into late into work tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll
To
see.
go tour?
Yeah, to go tour again because Chang is like freaking out. He's stressing me out because I think he's stressed out.
Oh my god.
Because he's getting desperate. So he's like, at this point, he's like, God, let's just go look at it. Or let's just put an offer. And I'm like, no, we have to go look at it first.
Yeah.
And he's like, God. So we're going to go tomorrow because he can't wait till Friday. Because I told him I wanted to work Friday too.
Oh, that's next Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my siblings are coming this next weekend. So we can't do any house hunting till...
I never know when they come down. I always ask you, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, are they going this weekend? This weekend?
My brother's getting his tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah. He's getting one on his hand. It's that Phoenix
Oh.
from
Millennium?
Yeah.
My brother has one already
Does
too.
he really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Robert, where
gosh.
does he have his? Like on his arm? No, on his like.
He has
Arm
on his
sore?
forearm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Brother wants it on his hand. He wants to get it before we go. And I'm like, God, you're so annoying. Yeah. So that's what we're doing this next weekend.
Oh my
So
god.
we'll see how that goes.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So for episode 1, our topic is about how we met our significant other.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I feel like yours is more interesting than
Oh
mine.
my
Mine's so weird.
Oh, it's not weird. It's like normal for our culture, so it's
That's
fine.
true.
No, but so what we have here in Utah is like a Hmong New Year, so it's just where a whole bunch of people come to one place and we celebrate the New Year together. There's food, dancing, all that kind of stuff. And so that was coming up, and Chang had just moved that summer. Here.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't know a lot of people, but
And how old were you guys?
I was 12.
Okay.
I think I was 12. Yeah. 11 or 12. Dang.
Y'all were babies. You guys were babies.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was 14.
Oh, okay. That sounds bad then.
Whoops, let's think about another relationship. Okay, so I was 14, and Cheng didn't know a lot of people, but I guess he knew of me.
Oh.
So but we had known each other already because me and his ex were friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were friends. So him and me were already friends on Facebook. And he asked me on Facebook, just like I had posted something on a status or something. And he messaged on it. He was like, hey, so are you going? And I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, I'm not trying to look for a relationship. I feel like, I'm too young. I just don't want to do that right now, So I was like, yeah, I'm going, but I probably won't stay long, whatever. He's like, oh, okay, well, you should stay till the very end. because back then, I don't know if you remember, but they would like have like dances dedicated to people. So they would call people up there to dance. Like they'd be like, okay, so now like Davis and Michelle come up here and dance, you know, kind of thing. So like they would go up there and they would dance, and then everybody else would come in and join in.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. Like, I'm not dancing with nobody. And I was shy back then too. And I was like, So he comes. No, I go to the New Year, whatever, and I see him, right? And I'm like, shoot, like, hey, don't make it obvious, you know? And he looked really nervous. But I was like, it can't be me that he's looking at, whatever. And there's other guys there too, you know? So I was just like sitting there like a good girl should at those things, you know? So they had this next event come up where it's like the ball tossing.
Okay.
So all you do is you toss a tennis ball back and forth, and that's how like boys and girls get to like talk to each other, get to know each other, and all that. So me and my sister go up there, and we're tossing the tennis ball back and forth. And at the corner of my eye, I see Chang and his cousin walking like towards me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, please don't come over here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So he comes over and he's like, hey, is it okay if we ball toss with you guys? And I was like, yeah, sure. So him and his cousin stand on one side, and we stand on the other side with the girls. They're on the side of the boys, and we're ball tossing, whatever. But I was wearing heels, okay? And Chang he's short. So when he came and talked to me, he was like
Oh
maybe a ball. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this guy's short. This is not good. And then when that happened, whatever. And then I go back and I tell my dad, I'm like, we got to go home. We got to go home because this next part, I don't want to be here for it. And so we left after that. And then somehow he got my number. I guess he asked Gina.
Oh?
Yeah, for my number. And he was like, hey, how come you left? And I was like, oh, my dad wanted to leave, whatever. And then after that, he just started texting me. We got to know each other, blah, blah, blah. And then he asked me out. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like, I didn't think he was for reals just because, like, I've had guys and, like, his close cousins in a way kind of, like, ask me and be like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? And be like, I don't know. And then they'd be like, oh, just kidding. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. So I was just like, they're messing with me again.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I was still talking to other guys because I thought it wasn't serious. So I was still mingling, whatever, do my thing. And then he texted me. He's like, hey, like, are you still talking to other guys? Because, like, guys talk to each other. Yeah, he's like, are you still talking to other guys? And I was like, yeah. He's like, why? I thought we were together. And I was like, oh, so you were for real.
Wait, like together or just talking to you?
Well, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Oh.
And I was like, are you playing? He's like, no, for reals. And I'm like, okay. I was like, whatever. I was like, I'll think about it, but sure, you know. Mm-hmm. And then he took it as yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was like, what the heck? Like, I thought we were together. And I was like, oh, whoops. And then I felt bad, so I just kind of, like, stuck around. But then... then he started doing things that I liked, which was like, you know, he listened to me, he cared, he would come and visit me when I asked him to, you know, like it wasn't.
You guys were far.
Yeah.
Like what, 2 hours away from each other?
2.5.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So like I think in the next, because we started dating in December, like, and then in January was my birthday, and he came to visit me. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is kind of serious. I was like, I'll give this guy a chance, and then. That was it.
And here you guys are now.
Yeah. 10 years later, so.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 12 for some reason.
Girl. It'll be 11 this December. So getting there. Oh, but what about you and Robert?
Oh, it's so funny. I met him at my grandpa's funeral.
I love this story.
So crazy.
I love this story.
So I met him at my grandpa's funeral. I didn't know who he was. I knew his sisters. I've heard of his brother, but I never met him. I just knew his name. And then I didn't know he even existed. So I think I was doing something, and my dad turns towards me and is like, hey, Nancy, this is Robert. And I'm like, oh, okay. Hi. And at the time, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship. And I was like thinking, you know, he's just being friendly. He was just like, hi. And then my dad left, and Robert and I talked, and then...
Did you feel like he liked you, though?
No, I just thought it was like I was just meeting another relative. I didn't think of anything.
Yeah.
And then I don't. Did we talk long? I don't think we really talked long. It was just like Robert was like, "Can I get your number?"
Oh,
type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're like,
yeah. And I'm like, I was in a relationship, so I'm like, why am I gonna be giving this guy my number?
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I'll get your Facebook.
Uh-huh.
So he pulled out his phone, but his phone screen was broken.
Oh, that's screaming broke, Robert.
That's true. I'm broke.
So I was just like, okay, well, I'll just add you on my Facebook instead.
Yeah.
So I added him. Yeah, I didn't really think of anything. But, like, I had him as a friend on Facebook. He would like my posts. Me thinking, it's whatever. People just like my posts. Yeah. And then, in June, I already broke up with my ex. So then, gave it, like, a week or two. And then Robert hit me up and was just like...
Dang, Robert was real quick.
He was waiting. He was waiting. And then, from then, we were just talking. Oh. But, like, my sister even was like, I think he likes you. And I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's just being nice. He's just liking my post,
Uh-huh.
So, me thinking it was innocent. And then we talked for a bit. And then finally, after, I don't even know. How long was it? Till we made it official. We made it official, like, maybe a couple weeks after. No, a month or so. Because I remember his sister even was like, you guys are talking a lot. Are you guys dating?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I was like, are we dating?
Oh, put him on the spot, huh?
Well, at first, it's more of a poetry. And then all of a sudden, we start FaceTiming.
Oh.
So FaceTiming was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then my sister walked in, and she was like, are you guys together? Well, on the phone with Nancy. And then I was, out of spite, I was like, crap, might as well say so. Yes, we're in a relationship. So then Nancy was like, so we're in a relationship? And I was like, I guess we are.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. But I didn't think we started talking on Instagram first because he hit me up on Instagram. So weird, Facebook and then Instagram.
Yeah,
like,
it went by so fast.
Yeah. And then just after that, I think we were talking on Instagram for a bit. And then that's when I was like, here's my number. I'm sick and tired of messaging you on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then after that, he came and visit in August for his birthday. And then just from then on.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Now what? It's been...
Did you know what made it official?
6, 7 years? What? About us dating?
Yes.
You coming to visit?
I think it's on my Instagram. Like, the only person that liked my...
There was a post he had posted, and I was the only one that liked it.
Oh, uh-huh.
So then for some reason, his head, he was like, she's the one.
Oh, my gosh. That was his sign.
Yeah. I think he still has the post, too.
Really?
He still does. It's crazy.
You can see that on our Instagram page.
I know. Yeah. So then just from then, we were together, and then we are married. So we were together for 2 years, and then we got married after.
Did you guys ever talk about marriage before then?
Yeah, we were both got to the point where we were like,
yeah,
we want to get married. Like, we were done. I mean, I didn't really date much. I don't know about him. He might have or talked to people. But then finally I was just like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be wasting my time anymore. Like, I want to settle down. Yeah. I want to be with that person rather than, like, I don't know. It's just different because I didn't have that, thought in my head where I'm like, okay, let's just go date. I'll just go date around. No, I was like, I'm ready to settle down. And I was still, like, 21. So I was still pretty young. Yeah.
No, but you knew you wanted to. So that's understandable. And I'm like that too. I don't date to mess around. I mean, like, if we establish saying that, like, okay, it's an open relationship, okay, that's fine. Because I'm okay with that. I'm okay with talking with all these men. It's fine. But, like, if we've never spoke about, like, it being an open relationship, then, no. I'd be mad. But, no, that's funny because that reminds me of, like, when my grandpa passed away. We went to his funeral, too, and a guy hit on me there
Oh my
too.
God.
Yeah, but he was speaking real broke. I was like, oh man. He told me he dropped out of school, that he didn't have a car. He was like over 16, and I was just like, I need a guy that has a car.
Yeah.
And Chang was like 15 at the time, and his dad, like, Chang's the youngest, so he's spoiled.
Yeah.
So his dad bought him a car when he was like 15.
Wow.
He drove them there to come visit me and stuff like that. So
His dad? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, well, just because Chang was underage, so
You're lucky duck.
Yeah.
At least he traveled.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, we both were long distance because Robert and I were. Robert was in California, and then I was here in Utah.
I don't know how you do that, girl. That's crazy. All the guys I used to talk to in California, I was so scared. I was like, I don't want to move to California. I don't want to do it. But that's the only option I have around here for a Hmong guy, you know? Yeah. But it worked out. It worked out for you guys. So
you too.
Yeah.
You never know. Next year might be the year where you get married.
Hopefully. Let's pray. Okay, so let's talk about our love language. So there's 5 love languages. There's I'm gonna read mine in order though.
It's okay.
So there's acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation. Okay. Yeah. Do you want
mine?
Yeah.
Are those all 5 yours?
Yeah, in order though.
Girl, I only chose 5. I only chose 2. So
yeah, no. I just wanted to tell them which ones they were, but I'll talk about my 2 too.
Okay, so mine is gifts and quality time.
Oh, okay. I can see that though. That's what we mostly talk about.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I just want to spend time with you. And he's like, "But I need my alone time." But I do like receiving gifts. I noticed that mine is gifts, even though I may not say it. But then I feel like it's hard with gifts because it's like you don't want to feel like you're so needy with
materialistic stuff. Yeah.
But yes.
No, but I don't know. I had to agree on it because I don't know. It just makes me feel like you listen to me, and like I am a materialistic girl, you know. And I feel like if I am, then you should help feed into that. And also, I'm a big gift giver too.
Yeah,
you know, so I love giving gifts, and so I also love receiving gifts too.
I think that's why we have such a hard time with the holidays.
Yeah, because we want it to be meaningful,
like the 3 of us, you know.
Yeah. Buying for Nancy and Brandon are always the hardest.
What are you talking about? Buying for you and Brandon's hard.
Every year, I'm like, gosh, you got everything. I don't know what to get her.
Brandon is our third.
Yeah,
our third.
Our 1/3.
He will.
Hopefully he sees this and finds out.
He will spontaneously show up here and there.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Yes. Did you want to talk more about yours?
So my second one was receiving gifts.
Oh, okay. What was your first one?
My first one is acts of services. Oh, okay. Just because I feel like I love when Cheng does things for me, or like I love when I hear how other people's man does it for them. So I'm like, because like Cheng's not big on acts of services because he's like why should I do it, or like if you can do it, why do I have to do it, kind of thing, you know. But I feel like it'd be nice one day for him to wake up and warm up my car or, you know, without me asking, make the bed or cook for me. Like it's just like those like small little things makes me feel good, you know, makes me think like, oh, okay, he's taking stuff off my plate so I can do other stuff, you know, because sometimes I feel like my plate's always full. I have so much to do every single day, and like I just see him like sitting there or like chilling, and I'm like, God, like I wish I could be like that. And he's like, you can, you just have to sit down. And I'm like, well, I can't.
You're like, I have so much stuff I have to do.
I'm like, there's so many things I want to do, and I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm just sitting around, you know, excuse me. So like it means a lot to me when he does little stuff, even though he doesn't do it often as much as I want him to, because that is my number one love language. So when he doesn't, it's like a big old issue too. Yeah. But yeah. What was your other one?
It was quality time.
Quality time.
I love having quality time though. Just because I feel like with work and then like even after work, we're tired, we're exhausted, we don't want to do anything. So it's like when we get the chance in the weekend, I'm like, let's go spend time together. Let's go do something together. Like it doesn't have to be that we have to necessarily go spend money. Yeah. Like even going for walks or going to the park. Yeah. like just spending time with each other. And then it is harder now too because I have a daughter. Yeah. So then it's like we don't get that quality time as much anymore, just us two. So then we do date nights, so that it does help.
No, see, that's what I get scared for too, because like I do love quality time, because I love when me and Shane go like scooter riding with my dog, or we go walking and we have like those moments where we get to talk about life, or like stuff that we've been like thinking about or stressing about lately. And like I get scared because I'm like, God, like this, like what if we add another person in, you know, with us? Like, are we gonna have these moments anymore? Or like, are we gonna be able to go on scooter rides without having to like worry about them or having to take them and stuff like that? But I don't know, I feel like everyone just figures it out, you know, once you have a kid. It's just
it
like,
is hard,
you figure
though.
it out.
Have that quality time. So a lot of people say, you know, once that kid comes, date nights, make sure you do date nights.
Because we love going to the movies too, and that's gonna be a big sacrifice for me. For sure.
No, okay, what about your significant other?
His love language?
What do you think his is?
I'm gonna have to think, because Cheng doesn't need a lot of stuff, honestly. He don't. Like, he don't need words of affirmation. He doesn't need quality time.
Maybe gifts?
I think gifts and physical touch, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes he's very, like, touchy. And I'm not. Like, that's, like, one of my bottom two. I hate, because, like, I don't know. I'm very emotional, so, like, when I get heated, I don't want anybody to touch me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm like, don't touch me. If I'm mad at you, especially, I'm like, I'm start swinging. Don't touch me, you know? But he's just like, let's hug it out. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hug it out. Like, I want to fight. So that's why most of the time I'm like, you stand over there and I'll be over here. Let's relax. And then we can come back and talk. But like, he just always wants to like hug it out, or like sit down and let's talk about it. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think his is definitely receiving gifts, because he be using my card when he wants to. So
I know. I've been hearing him.
Yeah.
Just use that credit card. I'm like,
yeah, literally. I'm like, oh, okay. You got money? I got money, I guess. What about Robert?
Robert's is physical touch. He does get very touchy. Yeah. And I do think that's one of my lowest one too. I really do think so, because he'll be touching me and I'm like, gosh, why you gotta touch me?
Yeah, literally.
Or like how I told you, like when I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I want to put my stuff down. Yeah. And he's standing there with his arms open. I'm like, ma'am, let me relax for a bit. But I think I've kind of learned to make sure I give him that physical touch when I get off work,
because it's his love language.
Yeah,
just like how we ask for ours, we have to give
or like
them.
You know, yeah, it's true. Like when I'm mad, I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah, don't.
But then he's like, you wanna hug? Do you need a hug?
And you're like, no. Just go away.
His other one is affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
He does say I love you a lot.
Oh,
which I'm like, I love that he does, but I don't say it a lot. Yeah. But then at the same time, I feel like it's because I've grown with like my parents, where they don't give you that affirmation. They don't tell you. Yeah, they don't tell you. So then it's not as common for me. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, you should know I love you. Like, I'm not gonna word it all the time. Yeah. Or like, I don't know why, but I've learned to just like tell him I appreciate him a lot. Like all the time, I'll be like, thank you, thank you for doing this. Aww. And I'm pretty sure it catches him by surprise sometimes. Really? But then I don't know why. It must have been something I had watched where it was just like, make sure you tell them like how much you appreciate them. So they know. So I think I've learned to do that more often as well.
Yeah, because like words of affirmation, I'm not one either.
Yeah.
Like me and Cheng, we don't tell each other we love each other, only like once in a while, or like we'll text it to each other. Yeah. But most of the time we don't say thank you. We don't say I love you. We don't like have that need to, Yeah. So for me, I'm like,
That's why it's hard, because it's like you automatically would think like,
that
they know.
Yeah.
But no, there's some people who need it.
But I understand.
It's not a bad thing, but yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. All right, and I think that wraps our episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Episode 1.
That's so crazy. This is so much fun, though.
I know.
we've already talked about all of this, but like just to talk about it again in more depth is nice.
So. It is to get it all like recorded and everything.
Yeah, for you guys to listen. So
yeah, so you guys know.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Us. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our Instagram is coming.
It's on the way.
But
yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
This is Sincerely Your Bestie. Bye.
Bye.